Good morning, and welcome to the breakfast show with the trading idea with SMARTRobie. I'm your host, Martin Wong. Now, happy 恭喜发财 or happy Chinese New Year. If you say 恭喜发财 and translated directly to English is wish you get rich. Yes, that is right. Now, in the context of the stock market, we always say, wish you get rich. 恭喜发财. So I hope that, and also remember, this is the year of the ox. Now, those of you who know year of the ox, it is a bullish year. Now, coming from where we are, we will have a metal ox this year. So metal ox in the Chinese traditional feng shui, it's always been metal that is related to finance. So will we get a bullish year so far? You may get definitely with our Pentagon guidance, able to follow those sectors that is doing well, which I'm going to show you today too. What are the sectors in play and where are they coming from? It is part and parcel with the trading idea with SMARTRobie. So I hope my message find you good. All of you had a good rest like I did. Little small gathering with my family, a little bit of makan here and there. No traveling outside, isn't it? Am I correct? And I think that also applies to many of you too. Now also, some of you may have certain stocks that you want me to ask. Definitely there are some of you who have given me a very long question. I would have a chance to look at it in here. But this morning, my focus is to look at what we have for you, some trade ideas, possibly in another sector. That's right. Now, all this sector is available through our mobile SMARTRobie, and do share it with other people and you will find it very, very beneficial. Now, let's move on to what we have for you this morning. Right now, this morning is Wednesday. That's right. This Wednesday, we have the intermediate level where we are looking at the trade idea from the trending stocks. Now, where is the trending stocks? You can see right now, you can hit this. This is on the top right hand side. You can see just above my head here. Just here. This one here, that's right. This one, that's right. So now, more importantly, I just want to let you guys know, let me just bring this up, is the condition of our KLCI market. Let me just bring this a bigger screen for you in here. It's certainly looking bullish. And where is that? Because we just had the green Pentagon last Wednesday, and that is a nice, and there's a lot of things pointing to, and today too. All the news that we'll be bringing you is also pointing to a recovery. The vaccine is coming, and our Prime Minister will be the first person, or one of the first person, or first batch will be receiving the vaccine too. Now, when is your turn and my turn too? So yet to be seen. But I heard there is already a registration online somewhere that you can register for it. But take note of this one in here. If by any chance today our market take out of that uptrust, let me just get this. Take out this uptrust bar here, you can see, right, which means cracking above 1620, then that looking we're going to go a bit higher. I do hope this time we will have another 1 or 2 months of bullishness to go. And don't forget, we have the energy sectors are getting a bit bullish inside here. The banks are recovering and a lot of the economy is reopening. Am I correct? Not? That's right. So let's look at what we have for you. Moving on. Now, in our headlines today, our first headline is definitely the demand upswing. We all know the export-oriented technologies, which we've been examining since December. So we are at least 2 months ahead of what they are talking about in here. Now, we all know that a lot of times stocks, trend, sectors move ahead of the news. Of course, those of you who are joining the first time, you'll be delighted to know that here we look at what the trends move faster than the news. So once the news comes inside here, you definitely see a little bit of distribution in here, and that's which is what we call a stage 3 distribution. Because all the good news comes out, what do smart money do? Smart money will definitely get rid of the shares, right? And move on to the next sector. What are the next sector we're talking about? I'm about to show you in here. But this news talks about export-oriented. All the commodities are benefiting, definitely oil and gas. And this is based on a report by JP Morgan about the super cycle. So that is really turning our market to be very, very bullish in the manner that we've seen so far. Let's move on to our next headline. Now, next headline is all about renewable energy. Since the renewable energy interview that was done on me by the Malaysian Reserve, there's a lot of interest in the solar players. And the first talk that I did was, I believe, was 20 3rd of November, immediately my planning was that is Joe Biden wins, there will be a lot of interest going to it. And do watch that video they have done. I also talk about the COP 21 and 26. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is related to the Paris 2015 climate agreement. There's a lot of great facts inside here why you should be bullish in this solar sectors in here. Now, if I'm not bullish, at least KAB is getting bullish, isn't it? Now, you look at it, KAB is acquiring 80 stakes in the solar power, Mayang Hijau. Now, those of you who owned a solar power by any chance, an engineering company, any of you who are listening, take note. Someone might just approach to buy you off because of the big intake and the higher valuation and growth that we've seen. Also on the project like LSS 4 and LSS 5 will be rolled out by the government in here. All right, let's move on to our next headline is the oil demand. Now, all this oil demand is on the take that because oil prices has broken above the 60 US dollars, and the fact that our Malaysian budget was done at 42 US dollars. So now there's a big hoo-ha. Right now it's about 60 or 62 dollars depending when you look at it. So that's why, you know, in lack of a better word, we have more money than we had previously planned for the budget 2021. So that's pointing very, very good news. Of course, in here, technology stock has been a front runner, and it doesn't take a genius, and it's no secret right now, the oil and gas is coming back. All right. Now, of course, you may ask a conflicting thought inside here. You have the renewable energy, you have the oil and gas. So what is your take? Now, this is all going to be panned out at one point of time where the renewable energy, this is how I see it, the cost comes down, because right now all of us, including you and me, we are still on fossil cars. The renewable energy is coming. It is the front energy, and going beyond 2021, 2022, 22, 23, we will see renewable energy will do a much uptake. Having said that, oil is cheap, but then again, it is bad for the environment in here, right? Certainly, we will look at the oil and gas stocks after this. Okay, now next in the news is also Kosan. You can see all the good news on rubber stocks are coming up. But despite that, you know, you can see Kosan. Let me just get up Kosan chart here and swing to a bigger chart. And you were able to see it here. And all are pointing to a really downtrend. It is. And even this morning, I heard on the news that Top Glove is reinitiating a buyback on the rubber gloves. So those of you beginner, of course, those of you who are beginner, you may really wonder, you know, what is going on? You know, rubber glove, you know, Kosan posting 1 billion profit. Look at the stock price all the way down. So sometimes it pays dividend to follow the Pentagon to, you know, guide it. And if you really want to buy Kosan, wait for the green Pentagon, isn't it? Or use a trading plan. Okay, use a trading plan if you want to buy. Here's a trading plan in here. If you really want to buy Kosan, use that as a signal in here to trade Kosan only if it exceed 415. So that is a possibly idea for you if you're interested. And trading period between 5 days to 2 weeks, the kind of thing, because it's still in the downtrend, the kind of thing. If not, it also stated that Kosan may not be the best stock to trade unless a pullback trade. You can look at the list of interesting company with a stronger trend line that is referring to trending stocks, which is we're going to look at that. Check out KBJ in the healthcare too. All right, so that is pretty smart for SMARTRobie. If you want to do check out that one too. I will look at some of the questions you guys post over there, and definitely many of you have questions that you want to. But let's move on to what we have for you in our next headline. Now, next headline is about vaccination, about market recovery. We have seen all the rubber gloves are going, and this is to me pretty interesting. Is because vaccine is coming, less people use rubber glove. That's why rubber glove is going down. That is the rationale. But again, analysts with the Hong Leong Investment Bank Research stated that, look, like it or not, the ASP, which stands for the average selling price, continued to be driven higher because more people are really using vaccine. So it's no rationale in that. However, having said that, some of you who are trend trader, some of you who are value trader, you might see things differently, but definitely from here, a lot of upside by the analysts on this rubber glove in here. You can read all about it in here, talking about, you know, probability of the world demand rubber glove continue to go up. And if you do like that, just maybe you want to wait for the green Pentagon to come before you buy and go some. Meanwhile, rotate your money out and go to somewhere else where the sector has a little bit more play, and that will be the banking sectors. What do you think? Now, banking sectors again set to recover back to the what we have seen with the vaccine that is coming in. So let's look at Maybank, which it is one of the barometers that we have. And Maybank, and guess what? All right, let me just swing to a bigger chart for you in here. You can see it's always good to sort of know where are the respective sectors, because right now, if you have SMARTRobie, you can zoom in and zoom out very, very quickly and see where is all the so-called indicators coming from. Right now, you can see here, Maybank. Haha, those of you who like banks, okay? Let me just zoom it up a bit here for you. You can see, that's right. It is green Pentagon in there. And also it coincides with our KLCI. Why is that? Because Maybank is one of the barometers for our KLCI. So if you can see, if the Maybank were to pick up and were going back to $8.50, then we'll see that started to move up. Again, a lot of challenges for the banking stock, definitely. The interest rate, which is coming in here. But hopefully, with all the necessary economic measure being put in to slow down the COVID-19, then we'll see a faster recovery in that. Having said that, it kind of be interesting. If you ask my personal opinion on banking stock, again, you might not check out the fundamentals for Maybanks. And it is not rated at all, right? But it does pay 8% dividend, having said that, which is pretty good, okay? But it's not rated, having said that, which means the ROE is pretty low. But let's take a look at Public Bank, all right? And Public Bank is always one of my more favorite stock that I like, right? Because of the good management that it has. Let's look at Public Bank. And I'll look at the stock fundamentals again. See what kind of ratings we have for that one. It's rating out of 2, still not that high. At one point where Public Bank was, I think that time was $20 before the bonus split, it was rated about 4 or 5. That was actually a good time, around $17 in here. But right now the market has sort of did a bonus split. It is still considered as overvalue. All right, let's move on to our next headline that we have for you. Is no other than the US, which I continue to be very bullish on the US market. Having said that, now all this is pointing, the Dow Jones is already cleared above the 31,000. It's just a matter of 32,000. Can it break or not? All right, so the 31,000 they already break. And again, Joe Biden yesterday was on CNN on the town hall trying to convince the bipartisan group, either between the Republican and the Democrat, to agree on the 1.9 trillion COVID-19 stimulus push. So of course that did not materialize. That's what we didn't see, the breakthrough to the 32,000. And usually once we have that stimulus of COVID-19, then we will have likelihood the market to break higher, then undergo profit taking. So remember that, right? On good news, you will see profit taking. So right now, no profit taking, the market sort of slowly going up, right? But before that, a little bit of background too. During the Trump era in 2020, last year, there was also a $2 billion stimulus way back in March, and then another 900 billion second batch. So all in all, there's already 3 trillion last year, 2020. That is under the Trump administration. Right now, we will have another 1.9 trillion under the Biden administration. So every year, it's like 3 trillion. Now, you think of it, if Trump had a 3 billion stimulus last year, 2020, this year we have a 2 or 1.9 by Biden. Very likely, if the economy doesn't pick up, you will see Joe Biden will put in another, in my opinion, another 2 billion to match up what Trump has even done. So you can see that is why I'm very bullish about the US market, because of the stimulus that we've been pushed out by the Joe Biden to stimulate the economy in there. So something that you people should take care and aware of that too right now. All right, let's move on to what we have for you next. Is no other than the agenda they always do in the our breakfast show. Is to learn the lesson learned from the top 2020 trades, and definitely one of the talks that I'll be doing next Wednesday will be some lesson learned from the 2020. But right now, even on the trades that we have for 2021, they are already started right now. But more importantly, item number 2 is the Pentagon guided trading portfolio strategy, which we did in 2020. This is again a back testing portfolio that we done, and many of our members and many of you who have joined have back tested and found out you have confidence to trade the Pentagon guided. And right now we are trading the real account in here using 30,000 or more like 31,000 in here, and so far we are up 7.6%. We did our first trade was JHM, and that pretty moving. And our second trade actually started last week, and we are in Southern Steel, and it's pretty nice. Southern Steel this morning in here. That was the next trade. Let me just show you what the trades that we are doing right now. Southern Steel using the Pentagon in here, and you can see Southern Steel. That's right. You can see Southern Steel had the green Pentagon, and we were in. And this morning, I think there was a breakthrough going to 82 cents, and that's to us pretty happy with that. And if that trade works out, we will get probably hit a 15% return. All in all, we are targeting, to be frank, 20-30% return on a $30,000 portfolio, which is very, very good already. Let's see. Let's look at the live stock price inside here. Okay, and you can see this morning is up 5.2% in here, so that's pretty good. It has a nice follow through. And remember, we have those rules. Remember, fixed rule, those of you who join us in our masterclass as well in our value investing growth course. But we have something to share with you on our later courses that will teach you all the educational feature about our charts inside here. Now let's look at the next I have for you is the highlights. Okay, I'll probably skip this one for today. Okay, now the highlights of our Wednesday talk, which is the intermediate trade either continue to make new high. We have PI 61%, UWC 47, KGB 56. Remember, KGB started to move, and finally revenue, he didn't move, and it started to move last week. The last 2 days just go through profit taking, up 48%. Great Tech 25%. Take note of the dates. A lot of time when the stocks are picked, they don't run immediately. That's why I always say you got to give it a bit of time. And remember, if you go on to any of the trading plan that SMARTRobie suggested, there is always a trading period where you need to have a little bit of patience, I suppose. Even front can 18%, 13th of January and 3rd of February. MI Tech 5.3, Inari 4.8, Penta 5.6, this MFCB 7.7, and also we have DNO too. DNO is about 12.1. That's the one that we picked last year. Now the question is, would this be any of the top gainers for 2021? That's right. As the top 21, when it comes down to December this year 2021, we are reporting right now, so you're able to follow many of the trade as it's begun and then really understand how Pentagon works. And that's always been our educational value that we give to you, so you will understand some of our topics inside there continue to do so much better in here. All right, let's move on to our next in here. Let's look at a case study that we have. Okay, now the next case study that we have is Heng Yuan. Now Heng Yuan, we pick it up on 10th of February in here, so I'll just bring out the interactive real-time chart here. You can see, so this is Heng Yuan. Now remember, we always said the oil and gas movement is already down, and this is pretty nice. Now last week on 10th of February, we selected here somewhere, right? Because green Pentagon is here. It came out, but on 15, because of the Chinese New Year, it continued to go higher. That is today, it is down 2%, but it does look like this thing is, and again, now what you want to do is really right now, since we're in here, is to study the chart. You see, the market is going up 1, 2, 3, right, at this. So it is going up, step up volume, very good. Okay, coming down, step down volume. So this one, you notice right now, as of 10:30, the volume is very low. So this is okay. Now, for those of you who want to upgrade, want to be a more active trader, you can switch on to the plugin in here. You can see why was that, because the morning we have a push up and then we have distribution, very, very low volume. That is okay, right? And even if you notice one of the stocks which we were talking about, SS Steel, okay, this was the one that we are doing as part of our portfolio strategy, which is Agenda 2021 item number 1. You can see on the hourly chart, you can see push up and then distribute a bit. Let me switch to this is the hourly chart. You can see move. There was intention already here. You can see volume comes in and then it will distribute a bit more and then another push maybe in the afternoon. But right now we are real time again. It's up 5% here, which is also the same as what we have. So it's important that some of you who wanted to move up to the intermediate level, to the advanced level, do understand the interaction of the intraday. Now, some of you may ask me 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour. Stick to 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart time frame, it's enough for you to read many of the trades that you see so far in here. All right, let's go. So, okay, let's go in Heng Yuan. Oh, that's right. Now, Heng Yuan, having said that, I think Heng Yuan will eventually break up because oil and gas are coming up. And how do we know that? Later on, I will show you the sector analysis. Now, those of you who are what we call very good student ahead one, you can type sector analysis. Okay, just type sector analysis. I'm not sure whether sector will just work. Just type sector. Yeah, sector also work. Hit that one, and you can see a column chart will comes out. Okay, and let me just switch to a bigger chart for you in here. Right, you can see right there on the left hand side, technology is very trending, isn't it? Then you have the logistic, then you have the energy. That's right. The telemedia actually is TM, telecom. Telecom is doing very well, straight up. The other one is time.com also straight up. Just check it out inside. Those of you who would like to trade this kind of nice trending chart inside there. Scary, but it's going to be trending up in here. Sometimes they don't even have reason in here. So you can see right now the KLCI sector analysis, the stronger one is energy. That's right. So you can see this energy is still number 3, which is good, and slowly it'll creep to number 2 and number 1. It's not falling out inside here. So you can see construction is on the far right. The REITs, the plantation haven't so-called jalan yet. All right, so take note of that one in here. Okay, let's move on to some other stocks that we see before we go on to some of your individual stocks. Okay, now definitely this week, today, for episode 34, 17th of February today, we have 2 stocks that came out on our Pentagon. One of them is DSonic for tech stocks, and the other one is Carimin. All right, so the 2 trades we are looking at, first one is, okay, you can see that I'll put Carimin. Again, it's oil and gas. All right, you can see this is this is a 6 minute. We won't be looking at 6. Now this is very nice. You can see if we came from the green Pentagon at 63 cents, if you have gone in during that time, right, you can see you're already 15%, but we are going in now. Now some of you may say, why don't I go in earlier? Yes, you can, but for this trade idea, we are doing it now because we want to see whether eventually 1 month from now, 1 week from now, would this go higher or not. All right, so that's always been our intention, to educate and let you see through how the charts and the price volume, just reading on price and volume in here. So that's the first one, Carimin, and the other one, next one is DSonic. Okay, DSonic started to have some movement in here, also aligned with the Iris. I think there's something moving in here. It did have a big movement of 8.9%. This morning moving sideways, which is okay. You can see the volume here, it's low in here. You have a nice so-called accumulation in here, right at the bottom base inside here. There are a resistance around 60 cents. That is the one that you sort of have to figure out whether it can crack through or not. But we will see. We will see. Coming on from a DSonic, whether they will have something. So far, right now, we don't have any distribution buy inside here, but we have to stay vigilant for this trade up. But we will look at it next week when we come back to it here. All right, let's take this down and move on to the next. What we have for you in here. Now, do take note, the KLCI is bullish trend zone, so it is good to do the trade. Now, we have done the sector analysis early on, so let's move on in here. Again, spring. This morning, I want to talk about spring very quickly, is to pay attention to spring bar. Whenever you see spring bar followed by a low volume bar, and then this is where you want to get your line change. The whole point is able to get in before the line change. This is what I'm talking about here. If you can get in before the line change, means you are ahead of the green Pentagon. And one of the things that usually happen is a spring bar followed by the low volume bar for that one. All right, take note of that one. Of course, we also have the QR code here for the trade VSA in here, and also a treat for those of you who are beginner and also some are member. This weekend, our senior trainer Zac will take you through for the next 2 hours from 12 to 2 o'clock on the 20th of February in here. So you can use the QR code and sign up for the free workshop that we are doing, 2 hours. A Zoom meeting workshop inside here, 2 hours, volume spread analysis for beginner, identifying strength and weakness, and he will take you through. Our very experienced senior trainer coach will take you through for the next 2 hours. It's absolutely free. Absolutely free. That's why we'll do a lot of free things in here to educate the crowd in here. 20th of February, this is this Saturday, and I think many of you have time to join us. That is a QR code, and scan that one through and you're able to join that one too. All right, and also able to ask some of the questions on the later part on the 20th of February. What do you think of your stocks for that one? So this is definitely a treat, and it is absolutely free. So take advantage of all our free courses that we do in here. All right. Okay, so make sure you have that QR. If not, this QR code will be available in our Telegram chat room. Do check it out over there too. We will release it in here. Also at the same time, then on the next Wednesday, 24th, we have 5 lessons from the biggest stock winner 2020. Because we felt that if you can learn some of these big winners like Supermax, Stock Glove, VS, Notion, UWC, Kosan. Again, some of you say, will the same stocks occur again? No. But more importantly is the characteristic, the price and the volume patterns bars, which is what we want to share with you. So you want to capture this. At least that give you a chance to even you didn't make much money in 2020, but 2021, as I said before, this morning, it is the year of metal ox. So metal ox, it can be very, very bullish, isn't it? That's right. So if it's super bullish, then you will get this so much better in here. Okay. And also for those of you who like a bit of a very fast kind of action trading, definitely Tuesday Warren Tuesday that we are doing in here, 2nd of March, which is I think 2 more weeks from now, with the head of Warren Sale, Mr. Leong, very experienced, sharing with you one of the tools that we developed for MACQ Macquarie in here, and able to take advantage of it. What it's basically saying is that, look, there's some stocks a bit too expensive. You might take advantage of the Warren. And the Warren, you can buy it for less than 10 cents, less than 1 cent, and give you the kind of leverage you want to go for 10-20% profit target and quickly get out. You can make a lot of money, but do take note of the risk auto, all right? Like it as much as we say here in our breakfast show, we want to teach you about risk, we want to teach you about reward. And once you know that, then it is become an educational platform to so-called tell you how the technical analysis work by understanding price and work. Then you'll always be ahead of many other people in here. All right. So if you like what you've seen so far in here, do leave us a note on our SMARTRobie. We really appreciate a small token of appreciation in here. Right now, I want to go through some of the stocks that you guys have earlier on. Okay, I'm going to go through this list inside here. But here's a QR code. Do take note. Wow, I'm here looking at your charts. But if you can, do spare your feedback on here. And I'd like to take a look at that one too. Okay, let's take a look at some of the stocks. Okay, the PESTEC. Let's look at the PESTEC for the first one. And usually we get this list and then to start up PESTEC. Okay, PESTEC, no issues. Of course, if you have gone in during the green Pentagon, let's say the next day, you can see you're up. Whoa, 49%. Very nice, very nice. Okay. So what do you want to do with the PESTEC? Of course, let's look at the exit strategy in here. PESTECH. Okay, PESTEC, hit that one. Okay, and look at the exit strategy for PESTEC. Okay, profit target 148. So that hit it, 148. Not yet, not yet hit. 148 somewhere lah. 148, 139, 139. Your first profit target if you want to take. Let's say if you just gone in, then you might want to take at TP2 148, or just wait for the red penguin. Definitely stop loss right now is 114. Way 114 around here. That's right, around 114. This one looks pretty good. Trends looks like the whole point is what's able to ride with the trend. Very important, able to ride with the trend, and the trend go against you. Like for example, what was the stock? Like Kosan, yeah, we saw Kosan, isn't it? Kosan, no doubt, a lot of good news, but trend is down. Do you want to hold or not? So many ways, what we always want to do with SMARTRobie, able to combine both fundamental and technical to put you in the right manner. Okay. Okay, I'm going to look at the next one in here. We got DNEX. Okay, DNEX. Let's look at DNEX. Dagon. Okay, Dagon, very nice. You have 2 wide spread bar, but do take note of the what we call the not so nice. When market go higher on what we call low volume, you go up. What did we say just now? When the stock goes up, the price goes up, you want a step up volume. So when you see a step down volume, this one distribution. Okay. So again, you can go on to SMARTRobie, type dagangan, look at the exit strategy, take a little bit of profit if you want to, or you want to chabot, I'll leave it up to you. Okay. But definitely we see red Pentagon coming through. It will come one day. It will come one day. That's for sure. Whether it will hit higher 62 cents or not. But again, a lot of news is already out, and usually we try not to buy those news out kind of stocks. Because look at the rubber glove. All the news is already out. You see where the stock is? Usually like that one, smart money, very smart money. Before, they'll push up. After all the good news come out here, then they will distribute. Correct? No, right? That's why we see what we see right now. The last 3 up bar price. You see the volume is step down volume. Okay, so take note of that one. Okay, so that should help you, Yuki. Okay, Hexa, let's look at Hexa. I think Hexa done pretty well. Hexa Global in here. Oh yeah, it took up the high. It's going to range sideways. Now, right now, you got a bit of upthrust. You can see volume. This is the part where I think that many of you should learn how to read the chart well. Considering coming for our free workshop that we are doing on this Saturday, and find out how, if you haven't have one of these things, just use SMARTRobie 2. It's absolutely free. You know, you can use it during the daytime, you know, if you feel like using it, and to pick up some stocks inside here. So you can see right now the market is moving sideways. Volume is low, so it looks to be moving sideways. We don't see any distribution yet, because there hasn't been any sell down in here. Okay, Hwa Seong, again another oil and gas. Okay, Hwa Seong. Okay, just turned green Pentagon, very nice, no problem. Go in. You want to go in, just type on, you know, and then put your stop loss there, just follow it, okay? Yuki asks, follow the trading plan, okay? Always have a trading plan, okay? The whole point, what we are saying in education in here, is to educate you, to empower you to make that decision. You don't have to ask me. Ask Robie. You ask Robie, right? You just ask Robie. What did Robie say? You look at the last one over here. You can see if you bought at green Pentagon here. Again, not all trade works, okay? You can see up to here. 65% return. Will they give you another 65% return? We all don't know. Now, think of every trade as a probability, just like the Pentagon portfolio. The first trade we did, JHM, we made 30%. This round, Southern Steel, we're not sure, but it's already up and jalan, right? All right. So this one, will it up and jalan? We do not know. So very important, I want the audience here to think every trade as a probability, right? There is no certainty in life, right? And anything has happened. A meteor could hit Earth. You know, oil and gas could swing back up in here. There is, even right now, I always assess from a probability standpoint. And when you do enough of that, writing the trading plan, that's why we have SMARTRobie in here, you will build that self-confidence. Now, this thing will take some time. That's what we say, that is this part of your agenda to be a trained trader and a trained investor. Now, of course, being a trained trader, you must also have the right tools too. Getting SMARTRobie or getting the plugin is part and parcel of your education program inside going forward. Okay, a lot of time, yes, no, we don't want to spend so much money, which is okay. I think that is also fair. So when you're ready, you can always upgrade. Okay, let's move on to the next one that we have. The next list of people. Okay, Solar West, FP Group, Inca, Notion VTech. Well, that's a lot. Okay, Solar West I have actually. It's still okay, all right? Of course, many of you bought it only recently, all right? You can see Solar West, okay? Very easy. Just look at, okay? Just look at the trading plan, SLS, okay? Solar West. Let's look at the, look at the exit strategy easier, because assuming you already gone in, okay? Solar West, 353, another profit taking, 353, 330, or exit on the next Pentagon. Now, many of you, the problem is always been you enter somewhere around here, okay? Because you want to chase, correct? No, you don't enter on green Pentagon. Of course, my job is to teach you to enter green Pentagon. You enter green Pentagon, you see, you have 54%. Now, those of you who are listening up, how many of you follow the Pentagon the next day? Or how many of you after Pentagon go up 30%? They only buy. Go up 30%, I take profit already after Pentagon, correct not? Alright, just type inside there. Many of you will wait after go up 30%, because again, going back to not being trained. not following the plan, not writing your plan. Many of you just like to hearsay, want to take shortcut. That's why your result also takes shortcut. Don't, because come end of 2021, I'm going to ask that question again. Did you make money or not? If you even follow the Pentagon, like the SL stave and J, still make money one. So why are you not making money? It always boils back to emotion. Many of you are so afraid of here, afraid of there. And sometimes when we want to get educated, we don't want to invest the time and the money. So kalang kabal lo. But doesn't matter, continue to follow us. And it's important that we here, right, at TradeVSA continue to impart some of this tested knowledge that you can use. And there are many great seafood out there which is 10 times better than me or my coaches inside. Also learn from them, okay? Know the pro and the cons of each system that you learn. All right, don't just take buta, okay? Very important, okay? Let's move on to, I wasn't able to go through, so I'll just look at a couple here and there because it just, many of you just started to come in. Notion, yes, I heard of Notion start to break out. Yeah, Notion looks pretty all right. You have green Pentagon. Now, again, a lot of time, a lot of people, when they buy it, they want to think fly off one, right? Now, let me just go back to you here, some of the earlier one, okay? You can see here, just give you an example, okay? Now, go back. That's what I want to teach you about going back to the history of the, where's my highlight one? You can see here, PIE, 23rd of December. UWC, 23rd of December. And the more recent one, 20th of January, 13th of January. Revenue, 6th of January. So, same thing. If you go on Notion in here, okay, probably take 1 month, then you start to move. So, the notion is a lot of people, when they buy something, they want it to go up 10%, 20%. That, to me, is very rarely what we call immature, because you have not seen it now. So you need to do a lot of back tests. Definitely one of the things that we teach in our master class, which we have we just did one just after Chinese New Year. I think many of those guys already know it. So the question is whether you want to take that platform to educate yourself inside here. Okay, I don't think I have much time inside here. I'm going to close inside. Okay, last one is Sensor. Let's look at Sensor here. All right, I'm just going to do a bit here and there. And before I close off, thank you guys for really coming. I really appreciate. Yeah, Sensor is good. Green Pentagon already. Okay, ride with it. You know, you can go higher, and who knows, it may become one of these stocks that you see on the left hand side. Would it be? All right, have a bit of confidence. All right, have a bit of confidence. Do your trading plan. Follow SMARTRobie, and I think going forward you do well. All right. If not, forward test. Okay, very important. Don't use real money first. Use monopoly money. All right. But the problem with monopoly money, because it's not real money, they won't take it seriously. When use real money, get scared. Again, ladies and gentlemen, control your emotion. In our masterclass, I could not emphasize some of the exercises that we did to determine your emotion. At the end of the difference between you and me and why we and our student make money is the control of the emotion and having a good set of tools, guided and mentored by our coaches and mentors. Think of the difference between you and yourself and what you want to be. That's my word for you. I'll leave it for you to there. And thank you for your support. Okay, so far we've been great, but of course I want to leave you one more last message in here. For those of you who can give us a good feedback, we really appreciate, and that's the QR code I want to share with you, not this one. All right, and don't forget, okay, this Saturday, that's right, this Saturday is our VSA for beginner, but this is definitely a feedback. You can give it to us, and our April intake, it's available for registration. That's right, our April intake is on 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. So do block out your calendar, those of you who are really keen to learn, and those of you who just attended 2 weeks ago, you can come back and resit this again in April, and this time we will have some new syllabus, updated syllabus. So that's really one of the great benefits that we have being with us masterclass, to able to guide you to really want to see you prosper in the year of 2020. Now do join our Telegram chat room, and thank you for the support that we've been getting in here. The least we could do is to provide you many tools like the SMARTRobie for a very minimum cost, so you can really do your business in the market, whether it's trading and investing, and getting the best assisted from our coaching and our trainer Zac in here, and many of our free education on YouTube's, on Facebook, that you will benefit too, right? If not, I'll see you on Friday. That's right, this Friday again. There won't be any talk tonight, so it's Chinese New Year. Next week I'll be here. And Friday I'll be back for the breakfast show. But if not, our Saturday for the 2-hour session on the VSA. Thank you for coming and thank you for your support. 恭喜发财. Wish you get rich. Bye bye.